Mao dies in 1976. What is known as the Gang of Four, that was basically Mao's wife, the hardline Maoists, they're the ones that didn't want to open up to the market. They want to just keep going. They're arrested. Deng comes to power in 78. He begins using market mechanisms to achieve an increase in productivity to deal with the problems that the Chinese economy was facing. The bureaucracy was like a straitjacket. There was all these problems. Deng called it market socialism. He says, this is a brilliant analysis here. He says, if markets serve socialism, they are socialist. If they serve capitalism, they are capitalist. Well, solve the problem then, I guess. At this point, it's clear that they're not consciously, even Deng's not consciously saying, hey, we're going to introduce capitalism. I mean, I'm not inside his head, but I think it's pretty clear he didn't want to move totally to capitalism. But these things have a logic of their own. In 1979, they introduced these special economic zones, Hong Kong, Macau, Guangdong, Fujian provinces, and these are zones that would be open to foreign investment. Initially, there was tight restrictions on this. They had a lot of restrictions about what you could and could not do, how many workers could work in these fields, etc. And the bureaucracy was moving totally empirically. They were just like, well, we have a problem. What are we going to do? What Mao was doing didn't work. Okay, so we should open up to the market, right? So we open up the market. Soviet Union right now is stagnating. So like, that's a problem with this model. Maybe we need to look at what's happening in the West. Maybe we could do something with the market, right? Open up to foreign investment. You know, Lenin did that with the new economic policy. Let's just do that. Yeah, needed to attract foreign investment. But the problem here is there's too many restrictions. They had to open up more. It has a logic of its own. They had to, okay, it's not working. The special economic zones didn't really work that well at the beginning. So there ended up being a discussion, well, maybe we need to open it up a bit more, make it easier for them to profit, right? This is what happens when you start introducing capitalism. And the market starts to direct the process. Even at this day, they thought the state's directing the market. But you can quite clearly see here, that the state isn't directing the market. The market's starting to direct the state.